Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. That's right, kids. Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales and Meow May. I am Phil, and joining me, as always, the Hell Owl himself.
Justin the Owl getting the claws back out.
That's right, because we're going to cover the first appearance of Patsy Walker as the Hellcat.
As Hellcat.
From Avengers 144, 147 to 148.
Yep.
I can't believe they put two villains in the middle of that.
No. Yeah.
Well, that was back in the day when they're like, we don't have an issue this month. We need a villain. Now these days, they're just like, screw you. You're not getting an issue this month.
Right? You're going to wait and like it. Yes, that is absolutely the truth.
Although I don't know if some of that's like they don't want to break up a run because of the trade, Well,
also, there were a lot of subscriptions back then.
Oh, yeah.
So if they couldn't really miss a month because everybody paid for those subscriptions already, and they would really have reason to bitch if they if they got shorted out of some money. So
yeah.
I think that's what it was.
At least it was like an original story, that fill-in, because like there was an Avengers issue. What was it, like 138 or something, where they just like, the Beast is about to join. They're like, yeah, let's reprint an old Amazing Adventures issue. It's like, yeah, here's a reprint for the month.
Yeah. That's when I was irritated, when it was reprints.
Yes.
I thought, okay, because we did have like fill-in issues here and there that were just kind of random stories that were one-offs that were just thrown in the middle of something. Yeah, and I actually liked those because it meant that it was an original story. It used all of the characters, or most of the characters that were in the title at the time. And no, it didn't necessarily have to have anything to do with what was going on before or after it, but sometimes there were fun little self-contained things. I remember in West Coast Avengers alone, in the first couple of years, there were, I think, 2 or 3 of those.
Oh, that one, what was it? Was it 38 or something? That was a Chichester. We talked to him about it, and he said, yeah, it was on the shelf for a little bit, and then they just had to put like a front and first page and last page on it to be like, as they're like flying away from one battle, like, remember that one time? And then they went into his story.
I think it was the one with the Defiler, right?
Yes.
That one, yes. Yeah. And I used to love those because, I mean, it was a nice little diversion.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could get back to whatever the main story was. And
I mean, I guess reprints weren't that big of a deal back then because, again, the back issue market wasn't as big as it was. Yeah,
that's true. And for some people, it was the only way that they had to read those old issues as well.
Now these days, they like, I mean, I'm spoiled, I guess. I mean, because I've been collecting for over 30 years, but I think it was the giant size Hulk issue that came out recently.
Oh,
they reprinted Incredible Hulk, was it 372? And I was like, I have this issue from 30 years ago. How dare you reprint it?
Yeah, I remember that, yes.
How dare you? I'm old. I already have this issue.
Yes. You're making me feel even more vintage.
Exactly. I was like, I guess some of the kids probably never read this.
Yeah.
Some of these kids, man, they think Planet Hulk's old. It's like, oh, God.
Yeah. A whole, 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
I mean, anything after
it's classic now.
Anything after the year 2000, I consider like the new stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah, but yeah, that's like 20 years ago, 20-some years ago.
20, going on 25 years now. Yep.
All right, so let's jump into these, and then maybe we'll talk about. We'll ask, what is Justin reading currently?
Oh yes, yeah.
All right. So, like we said, we'll start with Avengers number 144. Pull this up here. Avengers 144 from February 1976, before we were even born.
Before we were born. This is vintage.
I know. Claws. Writer Steve Englehart, penciler George Perez, anchor Mike Esposito, colorist Petra Goldberg, letterer Denise Wool, and editor Marv Wolfman. All right, so there's nothing wrong with this cover, but this is like an example of, and this is a very rare, at least I think so, that the cover is not as good as the interior art.
Oh, yeah.
Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, right.
I'm just like, wait a minute, you put this on a Perez? I'm like, why did you stop the cover?
Yeah, I know. I feel the same way too. Yeah.
I mean, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters on the cover. I'm like, Perez could have whipped this out in 15 minutes. I mean, come on.
Absolutely. Yeah. And they reused that cover for the collection that I have, which is called The Serpent Crown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, they added some stuff to it, some recolorizations and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think George would have done a much better cover, I have to say. Yeah.
I love in the list of antagonists here in the notes. Numerous unnamed Roxxon employees.
Hey, if they work for Roxxon, they're automatically antagonists.
Exactly. All right. At the Brand Corporation complex, we're kind of jumping in the middle here, kids. At the Brand Corporation complex, the 5 Avengers, accompanied by Patsy Walker, who had been captured by the Squadron Supreme, have broken free, but their movements are monitored by Hugh Jones, head of Brand's parent conglomerate, Roxxon Oil, and his security chief. Patsy's ex-husband, Colonel Buzz Baxter, attacked by... And again, evil corporation, because attacked by guided missiles. Indoors, kids. Attacked by guided missiles, Iron Man, Captain America, and Patsy take refuge in a storage area where they find the costume once worn by the masked heroine called the Cat. Scroll down like 2 weeks, kids.
Right.
Inspired, Patsy dons the outfit and takes on the identity of the Hellcat.
Yeah.
The trio is rejoined by the Vision and Scarlet Witch and the Beast, but then the Squadron Supreme attacks once more. When the police arrive to investigate the disturbance, Hugh Jones presses a button and the Avengers and Squadron alike are transported to the Squadron's alternate Earth.
Yeah. And this isn't the first time that you and I have talked about the Squadron Supreme.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about them back in Defenduary.
Oh, yeah.
And I was laughing, too, when I thought about that, because they were mind-controlled in that story as well.
Oh, they call that out. Isn't it like early in Kurt Busiek's run in like the late 90s? You know, I think even Captain America's like, how many times are you guys going to let yourself be mind-controlled?
It's true.
It is.
You can make a drinking game out of it.
Well, because the Squadron was, again, they were created to be, of course, homages to the Justice League. So it's like, they always want them to show, oh, yeah, the Avengers could beat the Justice League. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... And again, I just love how it's like, oh, the Brand Corporation must have just bought that cat costume, as it's not even like
just
in a box,
there.
it's just strewn on it.
It's just lying there.
It was like, okay. So I was trying to remember. I was like, did anyone ever go back and retcon that, where it's like, oh yeah, someone wanted her to get that costume, so they just like threw it out.
The cat people, cat people nudged it in that direction. Or what if there was like a secret Roxxon agent that was using the cat costume in the meantime?
And
they just kind of left it there because, they were in a hurry or something. And that's a whole untold story that we have yet to see.
Oh, that would have been funny if they would have been like, oh yeah, all of a sudden the cat went bad, but and then they like... Yeah.
But I love that full page spread where she puts on the costume for the first time. That is wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's so good.
Oh, this is so good, like early Perez art and stuff.
Yeah, it's so good. And I really had no clue who Patsy Walker was up to that point. Like I didn't know about her past comic book stuff. I had no clue who this new character was. Reading this.
Yes, turns out she was an old character.
Yeah, it turned out she'd been around for a while, and she had this past, and it was nice too because they had that little detail about her past in this issue. A little bit of origin stuff, how she kind of idolized superheroes and things like that, and wanted to be a superhero herself.
She had a crush on Reed Richards.
She had a crush on Reed Richards. I was like, "Oh, Patsy, you could do better than that, my
all
dear."
the young girls had a crush on Reed Richards, but only one was fortunate enough to marry him.
Yeah. Only one was young enough.
He's like, oh, sorry, redhead. I'm in the underage blondes.
Yes, I'm into blondes who can disappear in a hurry.
Hello, Russell. Meow.
Hi, Russell. Oh.
But yeah, I mean, she was basically in those old are they romance comics or like
I think so, or like Archie type.
Yeah, almost like Archie.
Yeah, type of things. Yeah, and that was cool. And there was also a little origin thing of the cat in this issue, which I liked.
Yeah, and I do like that they called out where it's like, oh yeah, she only showed up like 4 or 5 times,
right? And she dropped out of sight
because again, at this point, nobody knows it was Tigress. So.
Right. And they threw in a panel of her team up with Spider-Man, which I loved.
Yes.
When they were fighting Man Killer, I thought, oh, that's great. Love that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it wasn't hard to show all her appearances because that series was only
4 issues long.
Yeah, and then she showed up at Marvel Team Up once. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And I love the editor's note where it's just like yeah, they don't know, but you know, yes, that she became Tigra, the werewoman.
Yeah. Tigra, the werewoman, which we covered in the last episode.
And even Patsy's like, I know wherever she's at, she didn't chicken out.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess we'll get to this too in October. That she must have showed up in Amazing Adventures when Hank McCoy first started.
Yes. Yes, we will. We're going to be talking about Hank McCoy's metamorphosis into the Beast this October.
I love it's like, oh, you promise you'll make me a superhero. Then it's like they canceled the series, so she's like, yeah, he just disappeared on me. A lot of flashbacks here, because kind of get the origin of the original cat and Patsy's origin
and her past with this dude Buzz Baxter, who turns out to be a monumental piece of crap.
More alliteration. Stan would be proud.
Yes.
Or maybe wait a minute. What didn't Stan write some of that Patsy Walker stuff back in the day? Maybe he did write.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Was he from her original comic? Yeah.
Maybe Buzz Baxter is one of his original creations. And remember, he had his own costumed alias. Later on, he became Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mad Dog.
I forgot that was the same guy. Yeah. I forgot all about Mad Dog. Oh my god! You know what we have to cover one day, and we say this every episode, but that Captain America run, like was it around 411 or so when Cap and Falcon and Diamondback infiltrate AIM Island, and Cap's like,
oh yes,
crossbones, and he doesn't blow his cover, has to fight all those super villains in the ring.
I think isn't it maybe Cersei or somebody that puts an enchantment on him that disguises him as crossbones, but it's like a limited time, like the duration of the spell was only a certain amount of time, so he had a time limit on how long he could do this.
Yeah, because they went in like the skeleton crew, like Cap was crossbones, and Diamondback I think was Mother Knight.
Mother Knight, I
think Falcon,
I love that.
Jack-o'-lantern,
yeah. And then the spell wore off like right in the middle of everything.
Oh yeah, we
So
got to
good.
cover that because I was just
Yes.
Grunwald flexing his muscles, saying, "Oh, man, look at all these cannon fodder I remember."
Yeah. Well, he upped the ante from
superior stratagem is him.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say he upped the ante from that because that was like all of the female villains that were around at the time. And then the next one, the AIM Island one, the one that you mentioned, was all of the villains that were around at the time, male and female. Let's just throw them all at Cap.
Oh, I know, but I love the writers do that. It's like a superior strategy. Remember this villain that Power Man and Iron Fist fought once?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
Mark Grunwald's great with those two, those obscure villains. Yeah.
Russell says Patsy Walker, mistress of puns.
Mistress of puns, yeah.
I thought that was Lilith Hellfire. Oh, hey, Russell, did you see that Uncle Scrooge cover? Me and Justin mentioned that to me today, but yes, Lilith and I did talk about that on Ultimate Spider-Cast episode 277. Where we talked to Hardy the Black Cat, because yes.
Oh yeah. Your uncle's a whore.
Yes, that's why. Yeah, Lilith loved that. Yeah, the screw. Yeah, Frank Miller did a variant of the upcoming. What is it? Uncle Scrooge Infinity Dime. Yes,
Infinity Dime. Yeah.
So Russell sent me that cover, or Justin sent me that cover with. But your uncle's a whore.
Your uncle's a whore. Oh, Frank's definitely not disappointing us with the entertainment this year.
It wasn't the best, Russell, but like me and Lilith were saying, it's better than that Wolverine cover he did.
The Wolverine,
yeah, in the Daredevil,
the Daredevil one, yeah. Wasn't there another one? Was it?
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man?
he did a couple. I forget what it might have been. Something, yeah. But yeah, the Uncle Scrooge is not nowhere near as offensive as those ones. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's a duck. I don't know. Light years better than Wolverine. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so hold on. Let's get back to this. Yeah, I love the whole yeah, we're gonna just shoot guided missiles indoors at these. Well, again, I guess they're the complex was big. Wasn't it like, oh, half a mile away, these missiles are the Avengers.
What could possibly go wrong?
But yeah, like you said, it's a great splash.
Yeah, that is so good. That would make a great poster too. It would be,
Well, again, early Perez, yeah.
And speaking of which, I love that even in his early artwork, we have those great background effects that he used to add to action panels. I can't really describe like what the effect is, but it's really unique to him, like it's his own thing. And there's a few panels in this issue where he does that. It's so lovely,
But yeah, luckily the Avengers had a female with them that was willing to strip down and become a new superhero.
That's convenient. At the time too, they were like the Avengers were doing like this membership drive thing, right? Where they were looking for new talent. They were looking for new members.
Well, yeah, I know around like 137 or so. Yeah, that's when Beast comes in. Moondragon, who we kind of see real quick in this issue.
Right.
Her and Thor and Hawkeye are back in the Old West.
Yeah, doing their own thing with the Rawhide Kid or whatever his name is. Yeah.
Oh, Two Gun.
Two Gun. Yeah.
But then he's going to come to the present with them, and Hawkeye's like, "I'm going to leave the Avengers."
Yes, again.
I love the look on Thor's face when Hawkeye says that. It looked like Hawkeye dump on his front stoop. What?
It's like a fart in his general direction.
I thought you were the bowman, not the bow, man.
If your aim is so good, aim that somewhere else.
Oh, nice.
Moondragon's got the same look on her face. She looks like all of her senses are equally assaulted by that.
Hawkeye's just blaming it on the horse.
Rusty! Stop
Oh,
feeding him
nice.
Stop feeding him beefaroni, Clint.
Nice. Oh my God. Lilith and I have been talking this because I've been watching it. We're probably going to do a Salty and Petty on it eventually. Have you ever watched Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Oh God, yeah.
I'm just watching it for the first time. I'm just on. I'm a couple of episodes into season 8 because I'm flying through.
Nice.
Lil's like, "Are you already?" I'm like, "Man, this thing's good."
You've been binging that. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is the first time watching it. Yeah, because I said season 7 was great. It's like getting another Seinfeld episode.
Yes.
The eye toilet.
I love that. I love that show so much. The first season has some of my favorites, like the Beloved Aunt one.
Oh yeah,
with the obituary. I was rolling about that.
But yeah, that series is pretty good.
The Larry David sandwich. That was another one that killed me.
Oh, Richard Lewis stole it. Yeah.
Yeah. Capers and lox and onions and sable and whitefish. I was losing it. I had tears running down my face. I was laughing so
What's
hard.
the last one I just watched? It was he's dating the hostess, and he's like, he gives her the $60. He's like, when someone return, return it,
return it.
Oh, that show's so good.
I'm glad you started it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do a retrospective on it once I.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because the final season, I think, is going now.
Is it done or is it going now?
I think it's still going, maybe, or maybe it's done. But I know it started.
I was like, yeah, nice, 12 seasons, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and then at the end of this, like we said, as the two teams start to fight, they get thrown onto the squadrons. I love next day battle royal crisis on other Earth.
Crisis on other Earth. Yeah, I see what you're doing there.
Puns, yeah.
Yeah. Well done. But yeah, what I was talking about was that panel where Iron Man grabs Captain America and Patsy and kind of rescues both of them, like that action panel, like that effect that's in the background of that panel. Like, to me, that's
that one.
That effect in the background. To me, that's like classic George Perez right there. Whenever I see that, I immediately know that it's him. And it makes me happy every time because it's uniquely his stamp thing, and I just love it.
And I don't know. I guess I kind of forgot. I always thought Perez was Perez from day one. Again, this art is excellent. I love this art, but I think he even refines it. He refines it more as time goes on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think probably around Teen Titans with Marv Wolfman.
Early 80s. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think that was really when he kind of really kind of hit his stride and figured out what his style, like, really he wanted his style to be, I think. Yeah.
I was about to say, I thought he enhanced his art over time, but I think he's enhancing Patsy Walker in this one.
Yeah, she definitely had some enhancements. Yeah,
maybe it was top heavy here. Look at a little
top.
And I love this. I love this whole. Maybe you can wear the costume. Oh wait, no, that was a mistake. No. You're just a girl. And the time frame, of course, it's like, not after what happened to Bucky and Roscoe. I'm like,
Roscoe.
Because again, that was in the middle of that Nomad story.
That's right.
Which we'll mention again, but yeah. It's like he didn't even know Roscoe. Roscoe basically put on the suit, got killed, while Cap was Nomad.
Yeah. He got the file about it afterwards. That was enough to make him feel guilty. Yeah.
Turn your backs, will you? I love Tony Stark and Steve Rogers standing there just staring at her. She's not like, turn around.
She's like, do you mind?
You would think Steve Rogers would have done that anyway,
Yeah, absolutely.
But meanwhile, Tony Stark wants to know if the curtains match the drapes.
Yeah. He'd be standing there with a bucket of popcorn watching.
You like Bethany Cabe?
Yeah. He does have a thing for redheads.
Tony
Look at
Stark is
Natasha. I
Tony.
mean,
Oh yeah, Natasha. Yeah. Well, yeah, but
yeah.
Tony Stark is has a type. Yeah, anything with a pulse and a vagina.
Well, that is true. That is true. But there is a recurrency of redheads in amongst
Yes.
his past. Yeah.
All right. So, anything else on this one?
No, I like this. I wanted. I remember the first time I read it. I kind of wish that she had gotten the costume earlier on in the issue so we could have seen her in action more, but I guess that's what they were
Yes.
saving the next issue for.
You had to wait a couple issues to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the next issue of this
Yes.
story, I should say. Yeah. Yeah.
And I love that old couple. They see the missiles go flying through the ceiling,
Oh,
and they're like, "Oh, we better call the cops."
Now there's something you don't see every day.
And I love how Jones, just throws them to the other Earth. So by the time the cops show up, it's like, oh, our missile test went crazy. No, sorry, officer.
Yeah.
And the cops are just like, oh, okay. It's like, yeah, they're shooting their missiles.
Oh, it's Roxxon. They do this all the time. No big deal.
All right. So they took 2 months off this story, then came back with Avengers 147 from May 1976. Yeah, as we said, Crisis on Other Earth.
Yeah.
I think maybe same team. Did we have Vince Collette as inker last time? Denise Wool letterer. But I know everyone else is the same. So, but we got a woman letterer here, so good for them.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
Mike Esposito was the inker last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, again, a few months have passed.
Right. Yeah. Things changed in a couple of months in the 70s at Marvel. That's true.
Exactly. The Avengers and the Squadron Supreme have been transported to the Squadron's Earth after a battle with the Brand Corporation in their own reality attracted the attention of the police, leading Roxxon oil owner Hugh Jones to transport the two warring supergroups there. Their battle resumes in earnest. The Squadron makes the opening salvo and easily defeat the Avengers just as the military and the President of the United States arrive. The President, Nelson Rockefeller... God, Noel Tate, where are you?
I would expect Noel to have some words about that.
Appears before them wearing this reality's version of the Serpent Crown and demands their immediate surrender. Captain America recognizes the Serpent Crown from his previous encounter with the cursed item, and it goes to explain why the Squadron Supreme is fighting against them as they are under the Crown's evil influence. While the other Avengers are held at gunpoint, the Vision uses his phasing powers to render himself completely invisible so that he can get close to Rockefeller and take the Serpent Crown, tossing it to Wanda as she threatens to destroy the crown if they are not let free. Rockefeller, not wishing the crown to be destroyed, allows the Avengers to flee. Needing a plan, Rockefeller uses his mental link with Hugh Jones on the Avengers world to figure out what to do next. As the Avengers flee, the Scarlet Witch begins to succumb to the influences of the Serpent Crown, and while the other Avengers are not looking, passes out in the streets. Vision is the first one to notice and goes to her rescue, followed by Hellcat and the others. Meanwhile, back on the Avengers' homeworld, Hawkeye, Thor, Moondragon, and the Two-Gun Kid return to the present following their battle against Kang in the year 1873. Sure enough, Hawkeye quits the group and he and Two Gun race off to wrestle up some wild horses. Is that what we're calling it now?
Oh my. Back Mountain.
Again, that's what I was going to say. If Two Gun was a woman, I could see Hawkeye running off. MO, but I was like, okay.
Seems like a little hetero flexibility happening here.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he puts his arrow in either quiver. I don't know.
That'll keep me going tonight.
Oh my! Writing some fan fiction?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get right on that.
I would say don't bother. Probably a little Star Drive. Probably been on a little Star Drive for years. I gotta tell you the joke he just came up with. She was talking about her sex bots again. And how it'll be better than dealing with icky humans. And I said, Lilith, if you build it, you will come. And she says she's stealing that for the advertising.
Yes. That is a perfect slogan for those.
Oh my God, send people the pieces, they have to assemble it themselves. Yeah, there you go. You build it, you will come.
There's unlimited possibilities. That's fantastic.
While back on the Squadron's Earth, the Vision checks on the Scarlet Witch to find that the Serpent Crown's influence is starting to have an effect on her. Just then, Hyperion, Lady Lark, and Golden Archer round the corner and walk right into the Scarlet Witch. Every time I see Golden Archer, I just think Golden Arches. Oh my God. I'd be so funny.
Big Mac.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say, I can see him being this. Yeah, the mascot for McDonald's on that Earth. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a sponsorship.
They round the corner and walk right into the Scarlet Witch. When Hyperion grabs the hex-powered mutant, it sends the Vision into a fury, and although he has the upper hand, the Squadron's greater numbers soon outmatch him. As Wanda battles the Serpent Crown's influences, the Squadron underestimates the Vision's density powers, and he soon takes down Golden Archer and then Hyperion. When Lady Lark attempts to use her sonic powers against the Vision, she is hit from behind by the Scarlet Witch, who has managed to fight off the Serpent Crown's control and comes to the rescue of her husband. With the battle over and their love reaffirmed, the Vision and Scarlet Witch travel off to reunite with their comrades. All right, Sue, thoughts?
I love this issue. I love it so much. The whole fact that no matter what planet you're on, the Serpent Crown is a problem.
Oh yeah,
but our Earth, the Squadron Supreme's Earth, every Earth. Yeah.
But I love how it's like, yeah, it's trying to take over multiple Earths, because they even say, Rockefeller's even saying on this Earth, he's like, oh yeah, well, the Jones sent them here from their Earth, because we have our situation under control, and they would like their Earth to be, have the same situation we do.
Yeah, yeah. And there was a lovely little sequence in here too, where there's a couple that are sunbathing on top of a building, and there's some shadows that go over the top of them as they're sunbathing, and that startle them, and as they awake. And their names are Lois and Lonnie.
Yes.
I just love that. I think that's absolutely terrific.
Oh yeah, because they even say on page 22, Hyperion exclaims, "Helium and argon. Helium and argon are two of the periodic table of elements' noble gases, along with krypton."
Oh yes, yeah.
So yeah, and again, yes, Crisis on Other Earth is an homage to Justice League of America, Silver Age stories like Crisis on Earth 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, I guess it's like unfortunately a timeless thing. Because was it this issue or the next one where they're just like, yeah, they slowly took over this Earth. Rockefeller and the others basically. It's just like but made the people just think, oh, it's business as usual, as they slowly started taking over little by little. I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of scary. That could be said about the real world.
Absolutely. Maybe we're under the influence of the Serpent Crown now.
Exactly. Oh yes, but they do the flashback. Yeah, the last time we see the Serpent Crown was when Steve Rogers fought the Serpent Squad as Nomad.
Yes, and I had forgotten all about that. It was Captain 181, Captain America. The Serpent Squad with Princess Python, the Eel, Krang, Cobra, and I think that's Madam Viper, maybe.
Yeah, it is Viper. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd forgotten all about that with that Serpent.
We have to cover that story too, because Namor shows up for like two quick
seconds.
That's
right. Yeah, because Krang's in there. Yeah.
Although he's all covered up in that black suit, but yeah.
I know, that's all right. That's okay. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yes. You know what? Over there, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I have a Funko of the Steve Rogers Nomad, like right there. Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an era of Cap that doesn't really get a lot of exposure. I love that they made a Funko
Oh
of
yeah,
him.
because I don't know, I forget if they mentioned it. I think they mentioned it where because like the issue 175 right before the Nomad stuff starts, it's because Steve Rogers gets all discouraged because
Mhm.
he chases the leader of the secret empire into the White
Yeah.
House, into the Oval
Into the White
Office.
House, yeah.
They don't show who it is, but I mean they heavily
Mm.
you know reference it. Oh, it's probably it's the president.
It's Nixon.
Nixon, yeah. So basically, yeah, the leader of the secret empire was Richard Nixon.
I love it.
I am not a snake.
I do not lead the secret empire. I loved this part too, where the serpent crown is starting to slowly exert its influence on the Scarlet Witch, and she freaks out and attacks the
Oh
Vision.
yeah.
She's like, "Don't be absurd!" And she throws a hex at him. It's great because as powerful as Wanda is, especially at this point in time, she's still not powerful enough to resist something like the Serpent Crown.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to laugh when she just kind of, on the next page, she just kind of all of a sudden walks around the corner and, oh, there's Hyperion.
Right into Hyperion, yeah, grabs her, yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny.
And again, we got so much more of this in this era, which I think like the last however many years, I don't think the Vision gets the credit he used to get. Like, I mean, Hyperion like charges at him full power, and he just like
bounces off of it.
Yeah, he just boom.
Yeah.
Even Golden Archer's like, oh, he stopped Hype dead in his tracks.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically takes them almost all out except for Hyperion, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which again, that's why they love. That's why they created the Squadron Supreme and Sinister. They love showing it's like, oh yeah, Vision can take down Superman.
Right. Yeah. He's that powerful. Yeah, and he does defeat them all at the end of this issue. I thought that for some reason I thought that Hyperion still stuck around, but no, he lays them all out. I love it.
Although that is, I mean, they don't mention it, but that is good. That it's like, yeah, Vision blasts the other two with his eye beams, but I'm like, it's probably a good idea. Doesn't blast Hyperion because he's
he'll just absorb that. Yeah, he'll just absorb that and make himself stronger.
But when he puts his hand through Hyperion and materialize, I mean, and again, like you were saying, more of that Perez background effects. Yeah,
I love it. It's so great. Yeah, I love that. And there's a little bit of Kirby crackle in there. Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah. And there's a part too when Vision does this early on in the issue to Lady Lark. He does the same thing, and that woman, the look on her face looks like she probably shouldn't have eaten that beef burrito just before battle.
Yeah. And I love when Hyperion like ties up Vision in that light pole, and then and Vision just like phases through it. And
oh yeah,
Gordon Archer's like, did anyone ever tell you your superpowers end at your neck? He's like,
that's good stuff.
And Hyperion's like, what? All right. So, anything else, or should we get to this?
No, I think let's move on to the conclusion of this little crossover.
Which false advertising, they show Thor being like held up by Hyperion. Thor doesn't meet up with them in this.
Yeah, he's not in this at all. Well, he is in this, but not in the battle.
Yeah, not with them. Yeah. All right. So, Avengers 148. Modern Comics would never. The big battle with the Squadron Supreme would have been issue 150. They would have dragged it out if this was modern.
Totally, yeah.
Avengers 148. Oh man, we're getting pretty close to Wonder Man's resurrection here.
That's true. Very close.
All right, so Avengers 148, June 1976. 20,000 Leagues Under Justice.
How's that for a title, folks?
I know. Engelhardt again, George Perez again, inker Sam Grainer. Colorist Hugh Pally, letterer Tom Warzowski, and editor Marv Wolfman again. The remaining Squadron Supreme members set out to track down the Avengers and retrieve the Serpent Crown. The Beast and Hellcat team up to defeat the trio of amphibian Aquaman, Tom Thumb, the Atom, and Captain Hawkman. However, while Iron Man and Captain America best the Wizard and Dr. Spectrum, so Flash and Green Lantern.
Wizard.
And again, Wizard, the guy in the yellow costume.
Although he has some blue in his costume at least now, so he's not all pea yellow this time.
Then the Avengers invade the White House itself and locate the device which can return them to their world. The Beast, disguised as the president, keeps the squadron occupied while forcing them to face the fact that their world has been taken over and that by never questioning their elected... Noel Tate, where are you? By never questioning their elected officials and corporate leaders, they have been aiding the enemy. Thus, when the Avengers make their escape, the squadron members decide not to follow them. Although I think he does listen to Marvel Tales, so he'll probably hear this later. I know
yes, definitely. Yeah.
Again, he listens to any Justin show, so... Although he does listen to me and Lil. I know he listens to Salty and Petty.
Oh, yeah.
Thus, when the Avengers make their escape, the squadron members decide not to follow them. So, yes, they leap through a portal back home. All right, thoughts, Justin?
I love it. I love I love how we have different chapters in this, where they kind of pair off a couple of the Avengers together, and they have their own individual battles with a couple of members of the Squadron Supreme. That's kind of like, I feel like that's kind of like an Englehart staple. Like he does that in a lot of his books, separate things into little chapters, and I love that.
Did you catch the homage on page 1? Because they used to do this in old Justice League issues with the heads.
Oh, yes, with the heads on the side. Totally. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I love that. Even if Moondragon and Thor weren't involved with what was going on in this story, they still showed up over there.
Here in the issue, they are Avengers, yes.
That's true. Yeah, no, I love this, and I love the little battle that Beast and Hellcat had with Amphibian and Tom Thumb. And again, we're getting some great early George Perez artwork here, where you can see like that it is his artwork, but it's just you can see where he was kind of experimenting with some different things.
Yeah, it's like, I don't
in his career.
Maybe it's just, I think it's a different inker, but yeah, this issue like looks more like George Perez art than that first issue. Again, none of them were bad. They're all good. But this, I mean, this last issue looks like the definitive George Perez style more than the other ones. And again, maybe it's the inker. I don't know. I don't know. The only problem I have is I know it's a big thing. You know, we got two big groups battling it out, but it's like, I wish we would have got more Hellcat after that big thing in the first issue. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Uh-oh. Damn you, Nelson Rockefeller. Did you take Justin out, Nelson Rockefeller? Justin Neal, can you hear me? All right, we have technical difficulties at the moment, kids. But yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there was good action last time, but there's a lot of action this time. Like the Beast and Hellcat battling, and Cap and Iron Man are with them, but battling Cap and Hawk and Tom Thumb and Amphibian just crawling out of the sewer. We'll get the water somewhere. And then like we said, yeah, Thor and Mockingbird, Moondragon are in this issue, but they're only in 4 panels. So, because she's like, "Oh, you're a god. Why are you slumming with these humans?" She's like, "None of them are as strong as you." So, and again, I don't know if that's just the thing where She trying to, because for a while Moondragon was on a kick there to like I don't know, find herself like a really powerful cosmic mate. I mean, in the 90s she was after Quasar, and I don't know if this was her thinking, oh, I'm worthy of a god, It's like, oh, hey, let's leave and start something up. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, again, it's Moondragon. She's a hero, but it's like she always seems like she's causing trouble. Like she's trying to foist her affections on characters, or now she's trying to get Thor to leave the Avengers, and yeah, I don't know. She's powerful, but I don't know. A lot of times she seems like she's more trouble than she's worth. And yes, the portal back to the Avengers Earth was in the White House. Yeah, Rockefeller kept it close. And Hyperion was there. Oh. Justin the Owl.
Ooh.
Hello, you there?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm back, I think.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I was saying okay. I was saying, yeah, I mean Thor and Moondragon only show up in 4 panels in this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's her trying to cause her usual trouble. She's like, "What do you need the Avengers for? You need to leave the Avengers. You're stronger than all of them, even Iron Man."
She says that he's slumming. He's slumming it by hanging out with the Avengers. And this man does not take kindly to that. He's like, "What?"
Well, that's what I know. Well, that's what I said. I'm like, is this her going after, there was a point there, several points where she wanted to be with some like highly like a very cosmic mate, like she's after Quasar in the 90s.
She after Quasar,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that this was really early on in her development as a character, so I don't think they had quite figured out what to do with her yet.
And again, I think she's pretty new to the ways of like male-female interaction, and basically, as a kid, she's brought to what's that? Oh, Titan, and basically just studied.
Yeah, the priest of Palma basically raised her, and so she kind of felt that she wasn't human. Because she had no real interaction with humanity at all.
She thought she was better than human.
Yeah, she's a goddess. Yeah,
and better than humans. What is this, old Hellfire?
I always liked Moondragon. I really liked her. I thought she was an interesting, complex character, and I felt like she went through a lot of different kind of metamorphoses over the years, and yeah.
And I forgot about this here. I love when Beast had the disguises. He had the
as
the rubber mask.
As the president, yeah.
We'll get to that when we cover Amazing Adventures. But yeah,
I love that when they use Beast's hidden talent for acting. Yeah.
And then that last panel where they're all going home, Steve Rogers his sleeves.
Yes. Oops. It's a little breezy. Yeah. Yeah. It's a great little ending to that.
Yeah.
To that story with the Squadron Supreme. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. After the fact, I wondered if we should have added 149 in here, because it does kind of complete the story with Patsy, sort of. But
I mean,
we can cover that another time for sure. Yeah.
It's when everyone kind of comes together. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, unfortunately, she doesn't really become a full-fledged member of the Avengers just yet. We have to wait a few issues before they even really discuss that in further detail.
And again, after in a few months here, we're getting Wonder Man. So yeah, it's kind of gonna.
That's gonna change things dramatically for the Avengers and their lineup for years to come. Plus, we have some of this drama in the background with the Wasp and Hank Pym.
Oh yeah, that's another quick scene. Yeah, where they're getting out of the hospital after she was injured by
yeah. And she wants to go back to the Avengers, and Hank is not interested in doing that.
I don't want to go back to the Avengers. I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown.
Another one.
Oh, we always threaten it for like an April Fool's, but oh my god, we should. You mean a little should pull the trigger one day on a Hank Pym, at least like a one-off. Keep your Pym hand strong.
Oh, to cover the Yellow Jacket one. Or
no, we didn't. We didn't do it. We were talking about it. Yeah, no, but we never pulled the trigger on a Hank Pym.
Oh,
yeah, we might have to do that. Oh, we could do that here somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Whoa, hello, Ray.
Perich. Oh, hey, Ray.
That's a lot of head. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jeez. Well, that's the hard master for you.
He pulls down the gob.
All right. So, any final thoughts on these, Justin?
Like I said, I love the early George Perez artwork. I love the Steve Englehart script. I love the Squadron Supreme again are always great. Just really in whatever story that we see them turn up in, they're always used really well, and they're used really well here. I love the fact that it's the Serpent Crown is the cause of the problems in this story. That's always and we'll be talking actually later on this year. We'll be talking a lot about the Serpent Crown on Marvel Tales, so it's also fitting that we discussed it in this episode. Yeah,
bananas attacks, kids.
Yeah, you might say we'll be talking about it all summer long. And yeah, of course, the debut of Patsy as Hellcat is really the highlight, and really the reason why I wanted to do these issues was because it's such a important moment when she finally puts on that costume and becomes the superhero that she wanted to be. Yeah, it's great stuff.
I don't know. I'm just staring at that right above us in the middle there. That's that panel where Patsy.
Oh yes,
suit. Yeah, for that play. I mean, I don't know. Some of that shading. I don't know. It looks like something's poking through there.
There's some definite glass cutters poking through there.
Yeah, that brand room looked like it was pretty cold there. Yeah,
they have the AC going.
Oh, Brands is so evil, man. I'm surprised they didn't have the they're not selling the video of Patsy changing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the closed circuit footage. Yeah.
Cold, wet, hard nipples.
Somebody's got a copy of that tape.
Cold, wet, hard nipples.
That drop is, of course, when Lilith and I covered the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie in the Chris Dunst in the rain scene.
Yes. The only time when it's hot to be waterboarded.
Oh, jeez, yes. All right, yes, no, quick! I almost forgot before we leave. Justin, tell me something you've been reading currently. Some Marvel. I've been reading. What have you been reading from Marvel recently?
Oh, well, lately I've been reading Incredible Hulk, of course.
Oh, yes.
The new Incredible Hulk stuff. Good. I've been reading actually, we'll be talking about it. I just finished the trade paperback of Patsy Walker Hellcat.
Oh, yeah.
Which we'll be talking about in a couple of weeks here on Marvel Tales.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I'm slowly getting caught up on my Jed McKay Moon Knight, which I'm happy about. Slowly getting caught up.
Did you read Blood Hunt? Blood Hunt #1 came out.
No, I still have to. Yeah, I'm working my way up to Blood Hunt. That's the next thing.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that. I'm obviously not going to get all of the issues that encompass Blood Hunt, but I'm excited about some of
them. There's a lot there.
Yeah, I'm excited about a handful of them that look interesting. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. I love, of course, I'm a sucker for the horror stuff. So for me, a horror event is definitely up my alley.
Oh, so you don't know the shock ending of Blood Hunt #1? Okay.
Oh no, I don't know. No.
Okay.
No.
I'm not going to spoil that, especially you or anyone else hasn't read that. Yeah, you need to experience.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think Russell read that, and he said that it was a nice surprise. So, yeah, I'll have to check that out. Yeah. And I'm also really looking forward to the new X comics that are coming out this year.
Yes.
Yeah, some more Jed McKay, some Gail Simone.
Yeah.
The new X-Force looks amazing. I'm waiting to see who the new X Factor lineup is going to be. I don't think that's been announced yet. But
there's Storm and Jean Grey also.
Storm,
and Wolverine,
Wolverine, yep. Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, I've been off the X train for a long time.
Well, yeah, Krakoa was a little much for a long time.
Yeah, but even before that, for me, yeah. So I'm a little tentative dipping my toes back into the pond, but I'm with these creators at the helm. I feel much more confident about picking these up and not feeling confused or agitated by things that have happened in the recent past. So
that's what I said. Jed's got the monopoly now. He's going to be writing X-Men. He's writing Avengers.
Yeah. Yes. Doctor Strange.
Moon Knight. Yeah.
It's wonderful.
All he needs is a spider book, and there's no stopping.
Yeah. Fantastic Four too.
Yes.
You gotta throw that in there. I would love to see his take on Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Damn it, Marvel, give him an Alpha Flight.
Yes.
Wonder if Alpha Flight's going to show up in his X-Men book.
Oh, maybe.
He said he loves Alpha Flight.
Yeah, maybe. We'll at least hope for a guest appearance or two. Yeah.
And remember, Jed, anytime you want to do an Alpha Flight podcast, we're right here.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to talk about Alpha Flight on a regular basis.
Because I know the man is extremely busy. I know, back when we talked to him on Capes and Lunatics, I'd Ray float the offer to him, like, oh, you want to do an Alpha Flight podcast, even if it's for an episode or two, and Ray never heard back. I'm like, oh, that must be the polite Canadian way of saying F off, you know. No time for your garbage, eh? All right. Anything else, Justin?
No, I think we covered this lovely little story very well. Yeah, eventually we'll get back to issue 149. We'll pick up where we left off with this and talk about the Avengers battle with Orca.
I know. Was it next year? I think. Are we getting to the Korvac saga?
Yes, I'm really excited about that.
Yes,
that's probably my favorite Avengers story of all time.
I'm trying to remember where. Oh, I think the next Avengers thing we're covering is in June. I think the whole time bubble with Dr. Druid.
Oh yes, yeah, that's coming up. Yeah,
we're doing a 2-episode time bubble special. Yeah, first with those Avengers issues, then the Fantastic
Four. Yeah,
Iron Man and Thor hit your ride. Yes,
very nice. Walt Simonson.
Yes.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right, so bring up the schedule here, but yes, next time you can send feedback after the fact, but we're about to after this record the next episode like usual. So
send the feedback anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hell, send feedback for this episode. I mean, come on, Open Rockefeller, come on.
Yeah.
I know somebody's got thoughts on that. Come on.
Yeah, and I know there's a bunch of Patsy Walker Hellcat fans out there.
We talked Nelson Rockefeller and Evil Nixon. I mean, come on. Built for you. You were built for this little take. Oh, we need to keep an eye on our governments and corporations. Come on, no.
Oh.
All right. There we go. All right. So yes, next time we're going to be covering, of course, West Coast Avengers 14 through 16, where we'll get Patsy Walker and Greer Nelson for the first time this month. So
yeah.
So yes, you're going to get both of them.
A tale of two kitties.
Oh, nice. And then, of course, yes, in 2 weeks, we'll wrap up the month with, as Justin said, a newer pick. Yes, Hellcat, the 5-issue series from last year to 2023. So
yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah.
And then, yes, like I said,
most recent thing we've covered on Marvel Tales.
Yeah, yeah. And then, like I said, we're going to start June off with that 2-part time bubble story from Avengers 294 through 297 and Fantastic Four 337 through 341. Yes, and this is some of the scrambling we did. All right, so yes, and then no, because yes, now that more X-Men Classics is its own thing. Yes, after that we'll cover Silver Surfer 15 through 18.
Yeah.
And then we'll and then the last week of June we'll do the first 4 issues of the 1990s Guardians of the Galaxy series.
Yes, Jim Valentino.
Yes,
love it.
All right, so yes, and again, I wonder who we're going to cover for the 4th of July, Captain America. All right, so yes. All right, so send us your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Get yourself some of your brand new Capes and Lunatics merchandise with all the new logos, t-shirts, phone cases. There's so much on there. So yes, get the new merch. And again, your mistress Lilith Hellfire demands you ran the money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Your financial dominatrix Lilith Hellfire. She'd kill me if she knew I said that. Yes. Send us money through the Cash App link. Noel Tate, you did miss all the fun. We were talking Nelson Rockefeller from the Squadron Supreme's Earth. We were talking Richard Nixon as the head of the Secret Empire. Yes. Yeah. And then yes, the squadron learned the lessons to keep an eye on your government and corporations. So where the hell were you? But we're going to do another episode if you want to join us, Noel, in a few minutes here. So yes, ran the money through the Cash App link. And of course, the Patreon. Join the Patreon elite like Justin here.
Yes, join me in the elite to get all the perks to all the good stuff, including all the old bonus content from last year. You get all the archives as well.
Little and I were saying before, we're like, yeah, you never know what you're going to get on the uncensored Patreon. Even we don't know half the time. So,
but it's always uncensored and it's always entertaining.
Uncensored Lilith Hellfire. She feels more free to let the random thoughts fly. So you want that Patreon. So find it all in one place. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right. And now we get to this Justin the Owl.
It's me, your old pal.
You can find him here every week on Marvel Tales. You can catch him once a month on X-Men Classics right on this feed also. Catch him once a month also on Energon Universe on this feed, talking with me and Russell about all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe content coming out of Image for the Energon Universe. You can catch him on We Are the Night,
the Batman podcast.
Talking Azrael at the end of every month, except in June. You're going to hear him every week because Lilith and I just decided to start cannon fodder summer off with Killer Moth. So, of course, it's going to be a Justin June. He's going to be on We Are the Night every week.
Every week.
Hell, he's going to do the Azrael episode before the Azrael episode for that month.
That's right.
5 weeks of Justin on We Are the Night.
Yep. You can't get rid of me.
On Justin June. So. All right, but that is not all this man does. So, King of Podcasting, right. Where else can we hear you?
That's right. You can also find me and Russell over on Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, where every month we talk about the Incredible Hulk and the sensational She-Hulk. By the time that this episode comes out, we may have a secret interview dropping with a certain writer. You might have to check that out over on Gamma Charge. And also, we can be found every month over on Predator and Prey, the Yucha podcast, where we're joined by the High Priest of Khonshu himself, Ray. And we talk about the brand new Predator comics that are coming out every month from Marvel. And last but not least, my solo show, The Lost Library of Legends, is still going right along. I haven't finished recording my 2-part retrospective on Black Wolf yet, because as people can hear, the seasonal allergies have ravaged me. So that will be forthcoming. But that 2-part retrospective is on the way.
We're going back to the 90s here, bitch.
Don't shock the monkey.
Double biscuits for me.
And Benadryl. Double biscuits and Benadryl.
Okay.
I'm going to eat this up with a fork and spoon.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us for the last. Or no, we're not done yet. Yes, for another week of
Superior Puss.
That's right. We've got two more weeks left.
That's still. Right. All right, thank you for joining us. I'm a little confused because like Lope and I already did our Black Cat and the
oh yeah,
one, so
yeah, Black Cat.
Too much Superior Puss on the brain. Like it's a hard master all of a sudden.
So much puss.
Yeah, come on, where's our Tigra feedback, Ray? All right, come back next time. Do it West Coast style.
That's right.
West side.